Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new project for Scrapbook Nerd. And I'm so glad you're here because I want to give you an idea of how to document a picture in a very small amount of time. So if you see my week, I had a really busy week, but I wanted to document some time. I want to kind of break the time that after work, trying to using my time to document something creative is actually kind of relaxing for me. So what I'm going to do is create kind of a diagonal design, taking advantage of a lot of my stuff. For this, I am using a paper, or I'm going to say my base for the page is actually a vanilla cardstock. I think the best way to get everything vibrant and to bring color is to break up the white. And in particular, because I'm using a picture of this from Valentine's Day, I'm going to bring a lot of my stash from Valentine's Day collections from this year, which is the La La Love collection from Crepe Paper, and also from past years. So I'm going to bring this vanilla cardstock because I want to bring some of that yellow tone that you see in the collection this year. Now to this, I am going to add a strip of paper. This is come from the Emerson collection from Heidi Swapp. And I just cut around 5 inches of the paper. But I'm going to use some of my cardstock that I don't use at the background just to give it a little bit of a lift. So I cut a few strips and put it behind just to help me lift up the paper. You're going to see that I'm going to bring my score and cut and board just to help me center everything. Now I'm gonna actually, this is a picture of my daughter and the baby, our dog. That's how they spend their time. It's actually a picture from Valentine's Day a couple years ago. So all I'm gonna do is line it or layer it behind with papers from the La La Love collection and also from Pebbles from last year's collection. Just because I wanna play with all the colors. You're gonna see why. I'm gonna bring a lot of stickers that comes from this collection. So I need to bring some of those colors to the layout. Now once I started setting it up, I realized that I needed to bring some pink onto the background. So once again, I'm going to go into the Heidi Swapp Emerson collection and just pull this stripe paper that had pinks, a really soft pink. So I think it's going to look great in the background without taking away from a lot of the design. So again, I cut it around 4.5, so it will show the black and white polka dots, which are not black. They're actually a dark navy, will show in the background. Once I have that in place, I'm going to bring this sticker sheet. It's actually the foam stickers, and this come from Pebbles collection last year's from the Valentine's Day collection. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it at the bottom of the picture. That's gonna be where my title is gonna be. And because the font is so big and gold, it's gonna take pretty much the entire bottom part of the design. And then my idea, without drawing a line, is I'm gonna keep a diagonal line. And you're gonna see that I'm gonna use a lot of repetition. And all the stickers you're gonna see, they come from Crepe Paper's Main Squeeze. They come from Crepe Paper's La La Love collection. They come from Pebbles, this collection from this year and also from last year's collection. And I have a lot in my stash. So I thought I'm going to use repetition just to help me tell the story. So you're going to see that I'm going to play with a lot of hearts. But the thing here is that I'm going to play with sizes, dimension, and types. So I'm using chipboard hearts. I am using cardstock cards. I am using puffy hearts. These all come from the collection. Now, the only thing you're going to see is that I try to cluster hearts together, and I'm also using some phrase stickers. But what I'm doing with the stickers, I'm trying to keep them towards the left of my think about an imaginary diagonal line. And why I'm keeping it that way is because that's going to kind of help me control the line, and it's going to kind of create an angle with the paper that I have in the center. You're going to see that I'm going to try to find phrase stickers towards the left, and I'm going to play with different hearts. Again, like I said, these hearts come from different collections. And one of the things that I like is that I'm going to play with a lot of the colors. You're going to see that I pull a few of the teals in different shades, and that's what I'm using the teal paper in the background, and also a little bit of blue, and that's what the blue polka dot papers in the background, and a lot of the pinks. And I actually use the red paper behind the picture so I can pull a lot of the red. So I'm playing with the colors in the collection. Now this collection is from Pebbles from this year, and it has some flowers. So I'm going to bring a few of them just to accent. I think this is one, I'm going to say they're going to create my triangle, but really they don't. There's really not a defined triangle. The way this layout works is pretty much you're going to read it in a diagonal. So you're going to see that once I pretty much have an idea where everything's going to sit, I am going to go ahead and just glue my picture straight onto the layer and just start adding some of the stickers. Now, the one thing you got to keep in mind is that when I'm adding stickers, I'm adding a little bit of foam adhesive behind it just to make sure that there's different levels when it comes to the hearts. I want some of them are going to be sunken, like I'm going to glue straight onto the paper. and some of them are gonna have some chipboard, not chipboard, sorry, some foam behind it, just to have a little bit of dimension. So I'm playing with the dimension, I'm playing with the color, I'm playing with a bit of texture. You're gonna see that I'm gonna bring some gold accents. And now one of the things, like I told you, my idea was to bring those phrase stickers towards the left, and to make sure, like, kind of define the space. You're gonna see that I'm gonna bring a few of those chipboard stickers that look kind of phrased towards the bottom and the top of the cluster of the diagonal line. And it's just gonna help me kind of define the space. And you're gonna see that again, I'm playing with, you're gonna see all the collections that I have on my table. And I'm just playing with the different hearts. I am adding a little bit of foam. One of the things that I actually looked for it was to try to, I don't like red that much, but actually work really well in this design, because actually my kids are actually black and white. They're wearing black and white clothing, so the red is gonna pop on this layer. And that's why I kept the background fairly neutral. You're gonna see that I'm gonna bring a few accents of gold, and actually also some stickers that are look like robins, but they're not robins, but they are straight onto the layout. So it is gonna create, like I said, there's a lot of dimension, there's a lot of visual effects in different dimensions. Some things are sunken, so it's gonna call your attention. Some things are raised, and I'm trying to move the colors throughout the entire diagonal line. Now, once I have that in place and I'm happy what it looks like, I've pulled one of the main squeeze collection from last year from Gray Paper, and it had these little tiny hearts that were actually gold glitter. So I'm adding them like throughout the little diagonal, just to bring the pop of gold that matches the title. And then I'm bringing these doodle bug little stickers. They're like little puffy enamel dots. And I'm just gonna add them throughout the little holes that I see on the layout, and also cluster them around the title, and I'm gonna cluster them around the picture, just to bring me, and I'm trying to, why I pull them out, because they have all the colors that I'm using. Once I have that in place, I'm gonna go ahead and cut only the leftover pieces that I have, those chipboard that are defining my line. And then I'm gonna add a few lines of journal underneath the picture on that piece of paper that I added to the middle. Now, because I have gold on the background, I'm gonna add a few droplets of gold ink. That's about it. Like I said, this layout put together, I had, my footage was 27 minutes altogether, and that's because I had to pull all the stickers that I'm using. But super simple, try it. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, just think about it, think about diagonal, try to keep a diagonal design, and it's gonna help you a lot. And I hope you try it. Let me know if you have any questions. Sometimes simplicity is the key to creating a layout, and this is one of examples. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, and you can check everything that I use is available at Scrapbook Nerd, including the scissors and the scoring board. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon.